time now for FOMO. The stock we're watching today is Nvidia. That had been the FOMO play of the year before it had entered correction territory, but it's getting some love today. Joining us now to discuss, we've got Caroline Woods, a senior markets correspondent here on the Schwab Network, and of course the co-host of Next Gen Investing, Jenny Horn. Thank you so much for diving into this for us today. So Nvidia shares up a little, around 4% today. What's the trigger? What's behind this bullish sentiment returning to the stock?
A couple different things. As you said, shares are up about 4.3% right now, reversing earlier gains that pushed it into correction territory. Now officially positive on the week. Still down almost 2% for the month of December, though, which I think is notable because if you compare that to the stocks, for example, that's up about 5%. And some of the competitors, Broadcom is up about 44% this month. Marvell's up about 20% this month. Both of those actually notably lower today. So it seemed like the selling was pretty Nvidia specific. Investors found some other chip stocks to love and to buy. That's changing today. Nvidia, as I said, chipping away at those monthly losses. And as for the reason why, there could be potentially a few different reasons why. Potentially some dip buying. Of course, Nvidia is about 12% away from all-time highs. There's also a Financial Times report, not sure if you saw that, Diane, that Microsoft bought twice as many Nvidia chips as its largest rivals in the U.S. and China this year. They're reporting that, according to some of the data, that Microsoft bought 485,000 Hopper chips this year. Nvidia's next biggest customer is Meta, which bought 224,000 Hopper chips. So demand clearly still there, but also some of Microsoft's competitors might have to go on a bit of a buying spree in order to catch up, which also could bode well for Nvidia. So that could be a positive catalyst today. Yesterday, of course, there was the announcement of the latest Gen AI supercomputer, the Jetson Orin Nano Super Developer Kit. It packs more AI processing power, fits in the palm of the hand. It's about half the price as it was the previous kit at $249 and a lot more power. So there's that. And then there's also some positive analyst activity. Piper Sandler said Nvidia is a best idea heading into 2025, saying we currently view Nvidia as our top large cap pick in our coverage universe, given the company's dominant positioning in AI accelerators and the upcoming launch of the Blackwell architecture. So reiterated it as overweight. All of those things boding well for Nvidia today. Shares up 4.4% right now.
All right. Well, some serious momentum there, and it sounds like the bulls are back when it comes to Nvidia, at least for the day. We'll see if this continues.
Unquestionably leading the artificial intelligence, AI, revolution, Nvidia has firmly established its position as a component of accelerated computing. This is demonstrated by the fact that Nvidia's stock price has increased by an astounding 183.4% in the last 12 months. This demonstrates how much the market values the company's innovations, particularly the Blackwell GPUs, which have the potential to revolutionize AI infrastructure for years to come. Nevertheless, Nvidia has faced certain short-term difficulties, primarily related to manufacturing problems during the ramp-up of Blackwell. Although there was some pressure, this did not detract from the company's ability to increase production and maintain margins, and more significantly, to do it in a way that was extraordinarily resilient. Above all, the business has a clever innovation pipeline and solid financial results, which suggests that it has the ability to expand rapidly. I predict that Nvidia's stock will rise to $155, $160 in the near future as Blackwell production increases by 2025, which would further boost revenues and profits. Long-term growth in the market, strong financial returns, and operational excellence might push the stock up to the $200, $225 threshold. Based on accelerated computing and artificial intelligence, Nvidia is one of the biggest and most inventive firms in the world. It is headquartered in Santa Clara, California. The GPU was created in 1999 by the 1993 founded firm. This GPU was a mainstay that revolutionized computer graphics, boosted the gaming industry, and served as the forerunner of modern artificial intelligence, AI, and high-performance computing, HPC. These days, Nvidia dominates a wide range of industries, including data centers, robots, autonomous cars, professional graphics, and gaming. It has a thriving ecosystem with over 5.5 million developers and scales more than 75% of the top 500 supercomputers worldwide. Furthermore, Nvidia is the forerunner of technologies like generative AI, accelerated computing, and AI factories in the current advanced digital transformation due to its strengths in both chips and software, as well as full-stack computing. Today, Nvidia employs over 30,000 people and continues to make significant contributions to the advancement of computer technology. Nvidia's inventions continue to be essential to its expansion. The most recent is NVIDIA AI Workbench, which makes it possible to quickly create and modify generative AI models. Regarding hardware, NVIDIA unveiled the GB200 NVL72 system, an impressive AI infrastructure for high-performing trillion-parameter models. According to the chart below, for GPT-MOE 1.8T models, NVIDIA's GB200 NVL72 GPU exhibits a 4-fold quicker model training speed and a 30-fold increase in real-time throughput when compared to the HGX H100. NVIDIA's position in the AI hardware markets is further solidified by this performance, which also attracts additional clients from research institutes, data centers, and cloud providers. I'll go over the significant cost and performance improvements brought about by the Blackwell GPU introduction in the next part. Furthermore, NVIDIA's expansion into new AI markets, such as India and Japan, addresses the emergence of geopolitical risks. In just 1 year, GPU deployment has nearly doubled at CSPs in India, including Infosys and Tata Communications, TATACOM, Financial. In the same vein, NVIDIA's position in the Asia-Pacific area is strengthened by its partnerships with Japanese giants like SoftBank to build the AI supercomputer. These steps create new markets for the company's steady and lucrative profits. However, worries about its gross margin issues and the scalability of Blackwell GPUs are the main causes of NVIDIA's recent slide. This period of consolidation marks a turning moment for NVIDIA and a favorable entry point for long-term investors. Due to early manufacturing difficulties, gross margins are anticipated to drop to 71 to 72.5%. However, as adoption rises and production improves, they are predicted to rise to mid-70% by the end of FY 2025. With up to 4 times the cost efficiency and 2.2 times the performance of Hopper GPUs, Blackwell GPUs revolutionize AI infrastructure. Improvements in memory architecture and compute throughput have made it possible to execute GPT-3 benchmarks with fewer GPUs, which lowers operational expenses. Blackwell-powered AI clusters are currently in use by major firms like Oracle, making them essential to the advancement of AI in the future. This highlights the company's remarkable advancements in operational resilience and cost optimization. So, what implications does this have for NVIDIA's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on NVIDIA stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video.
Time now for our tech support, our weekly look at the world of phones, computers, games, and all things technology. No company was more synonymous with tech this year than Nvidia. Its stock is up around 170% so far over the past 52 weeks, and Yahoo Finance awarded its Blackwell chip the product of the year. So here to recap Nvidia's banner 2024 and give a preview of what to expect in 2025 is Yahoo Finance's own Dan Howley. So Dan, how did Nvidia take over the world again this year?
Yeah, I mean, it really is kind of the, same story just repeated as 2023. They're the company that has all the hardware, all the software that everybody wants. And so, the way that NVIDIA got big was they started investing early in AI when everybody thought that CEO Jensen Huang was, just a madman for doing that. They were trying to shop around ways to make the AI kind of capabilities work. And then generative AI came around and they started just kind of riding that wave. Along that, they had built their CUDA software so that they could unlock the graphics card capabilities to run other programs. And so that's gone hand in hand with the hardware. And now developers like to use the CUDA software or they've already built their applications on the CUDA software, and so moving over to a different kind of platform would be too much. And so they're sticking with it. And they've managed to keep doing that and keep improving. Now, for 2024, I think the big deal has been the Blackwell chip. They announced that at their GTC conference earlier this year. That's been the thing that everybody has been piling money into Nvidia over, just because they know that it's where all these hyperscalers, the Microsofts, the Googles, the Amazons, the Metas, the Teslas are all going to go ahead and purchase to ensure that they have the best capabilities for their AI models, whether that's training, which is the hard part, or inferencing, which is less intensive. They've just managed to hold on to this place. They own anywhere, I think the estimates are between 80% and 95% of market share. There's competitors out there, but they're just not breaking through. And so because of that, NVIDIA has managed to completely dominate 2024 again. Now, okay, what does that mean going forward, right? There's AMD, there's Intel.
Yep.
What does that mean for them? Well, not too much. AMD is getting into the space. They're there already. They have their MI300X, which, by the way, I just saw on eBay this morning. I was talking to Maddie about this, and I just found one on eBay. And the Intel side is about how they can try to get into this space on the GPU end. Now, they haven't been able to really do that yet. They're not gaining market share. In fact, AMD is taking market share from Intel on the CPU side of things. So the competition is absolutely there in that respect. The bigger problem, though, is their own customers. That's the Amazons, the Microsofts, the Googles. They're building chips now that can compete with what NVIDIA has to offer. The big thing is on inferencing. So training is where you tell a model, you make a model, right? You tell the model, this is what you're going to do.
Right.
The inferencing side is where you go and run that model so that it gives you, ChatGPT is telling you, who Juan Soto is and why the Mets are going to be amazing this year. Let's just see, okay? Just give me that.
Exactly.
Still, it's December. But that's where these other chips can benefit because they may not necessarily be as powerful as NVIDIA's, but they'll be able to do the inferencing potentially for less money.
With third quarter 2025 revenues increasing a staggering 94% year over year, YoY, to $35.1 billion, NVIDIA achieved outstanding results. Due to the growing popularity of the Hopper H200 GPUs, the data center segment had exceptional performance, recording a year-over-year rise of 112%, reaching $30.8 billion. Nearly half of the data center's income came from cloud service providers, which emphasizes how important AI infrastructure is for cloud facilities across North America, EMEA, and APAC. Because of the strong demand for NVIDIA's AI-focused products, the company's revenue increased steadily from $18.1 billion in Q3 2024 to $35.1 billion in Q3 2025, as seen in the following chart. Gross margin stayed at 75% despite the company's operational expenses, rising due to increased R&D in Blackwell manufacturing and other slight margin changes. This efficiency made it very evident that the business was expanding while maintaining its profitability. Additionally, operating cash flow reached a record $17.6 billion, a 140% year-over-year increase, while net income increased to $19.3 billion, a 109% year-over-year gain. NVIDIA projects $37.5 billion in Q4 sales in the future, fueled by the initial Blackwell ramp and ongoing demand for Hopper. This quarter reestablishes NVIDIA as the AI and accelerated computing behemoth that long-term growth-oriented investors should take into consideration, despite some short-term challenges. Although NVIDIA's price-to-earnings P/E ratio of 51.1 times and its forward price-to-sales P/S ratio of 27.23 times may appear excessive, the company's growth story justifies the premium valuation. NVIDIA has continuously established new revenue-generating benchmarks since the AI wave began in late 2022. NVIDIA is portrayed by these measures as both a tech business and a force behind the AI revolution, Despite the difficulties, the company's impressive gross margins indicate that its cost structure is comparatively steady. Nvidia's strong innovation cycle, which is expected to slow down in the second half of 2025, is the cause of the current margin constraints. Furthermore, Nvidia's forward direction and growth performance give us even more convincing proof of the company's premium value, which is entirely justified. Impressive and appealing are the company's revenue and earnings per share, EPS growth measures, which far outperform sector averages. With a remarkable year-over-year revenue growth of 152.44%, Nvidia has surpassed the sector median by more than 3,500%. As a result, Nvidia is unquestionably the leader in AI computation, as seen by the outstanding diluted EPS growth year-over-year at 234%. The EPS is predicted to increase by a staggering 127.89% year-over-year to $2.95 for the full year, FY 2025. Providing it with the extra boost it needs to flourish in its two rapidly expanding divisions. The future of Nvidia's growth is still bright. Although generative AI is still in its early stages, governments are investing in AI systems and businesses are increasingly utilizing AI tools to enhance their operations. These ongoing developments suggest that Nvidia's company will keep expanding at a rapid pace for many years to come. Lastly, Nvidia's breakthroughs, regional diversification, and strong financial and EPS growth all support the investment thesis prediction that the company will eventually surpass $200. Given its solid foundation, Nvidia appears to be the ideal business for investors looking to capitalize on the AI revolution. To stay informed about the latest developments from Nvidia and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts. So hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nvidia stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
Look at what analysts are saying. I mentioned Piper Sandler saying it's the best idea heading into 2025. There's still consensus that this is a buy heading into the new year. Citi was out with a note saying both Broadcom and Nvidia can coexist. Still very bullish in terms of thinking that there could be more momentum there. I saw Cantor Fitzgerald calling it a top pick for 2025. Nvidia, that is, saying we've highlighted ad nauseum our love for Nvidia, and we would expect the name to lead the Philly Semiconductor Index higher in 2025, as it has done for 4 of the past 5 years. So, love from Cantor Fitzgerald. And if you take a look, 90% of analysts rate Nvidia, a little more than 90% rate Nvidia as a buy. The median price target is 175, so almost 30% upside from where it's currently trading. And then if you take a look at Broadcom, interestingly enough, 90% rated as a buy as well, but the median price target is actually $200 a share, and it's currently trading about $32 ahead of that. So we might need to see some adjustments for that price target after earnings. It's had this huge run higher, so it seems like there can, be love for both.
Yes. And also it seems like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In other words, when it comes to the Mag 7, you make the point about some of the bullish sentiment, the bullish notes coming out, essentially reiterating perspective. Analysts still largely in the buy camp when it comes to Nvidia. Bank of America had a note out yesterday as well saying they expect to continue to see outperformance when it comes to the Mag 7 for 2025. Now, they do predict a bust coming eventually, as we saw with, say, the dot-com bubble, and, they took it all the way back to 1929. So they went way back for that one, but it will certainly be one to watch, and you could see this as a buy the dip op.
In 2024, Nvidia's stock is up 170%. The incredible year follows an even more spectacular 2023, in which the stock surged by almost 240%. Since its bottom in late 2022, the artificial intelligence, AI, giant stock has increased by over 900%. Is it too late to purchase in light of this amazing performance? Not at all. I could provide a long list of reasons why Nvidia will continue to dominate the market, but the main one is straightforward in my opinion. The demand for its chips is still very high. If there were indications that the company's graphics processing units were becoming less in demand, I would be worried, but there aren't any. even as it gets ready to introduce Hopper's replacement. Blackwell, the business anticipates that sales of its current Hopper chips will remain strong well into the upcoming year. According to CEO Jensen Huang, the demand for the new chips is insane. So much so that the next generation chips are apparently sold out through the end of 2025, even as efforts are on to increase capacity by constructing a new plant in Mexico specifically for Blackwell. The largest IT CEOs are urging Nvidia to acquire more Blackwell chips to meet their development programs for data centers. Elon Musk intends to enhance his flagship xAI supercomputer by acquiring a massive quantity of the processors. With 100,000 Hopper chips, his appropriately called Colossus is already regarded as the biggest AI computer in the world. Musk plans to increase that to 1 million chips, with Blackwell's making up the majority. It's unclear if that's even feasible, or at least by when, but maybe it shows how much desire there is. Musk is hardly the only one. Although he may be the most outspoken, the management of Nvidia's biggest clients, like Meta and Alphabet, stated during their most recent earnings calls that they plan to continue making huge capital expenditures for data centers. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.